Hi, everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I hope my two previous videos on nouns and their usage and how to teach them have been helpful in your classroom teaching. So before I move on any further, let me welcome you all to my channel. Thank you so much for being associated with Eloquent English Enterprise. It's been a pleasure to add new members almost every day on the channel. A big accomplishment and an achievement, I should rather say. Sorry for the fumble. So today I'm here with the third part on the teaching of nouns. And since it's going to be a longish kind of a video, once again, I'll start off without taking any more of your time. So let's just tighten our seat belts and start with the journey. Here is the presentation. Yeah. So again, a very, very warm welcome to all of you on my channel. And let's learn something new today because grammar is a little tough and we are doing a bit of online teaching and learning. So enjoy this short journey with me as we learn about how to teach nouns to the middle school classes. Okay, so teaching of English at the middle school level, which is like grades 6 to 8, we're going to learn how to teach. All right, so here we go. This is intermediate understanding of nouns. See, noun is the same, we all know, but then how to go about, how to make the difficulty levels rise higher. So these are the things that I'm going to discuss today. Firstly, advanced noun classification. For example, concrete versus abstract nouns in detail. Then we'll discuss gerunds and nominalization. All right, so these are going to be the three subtopics which I'm going to discuss today. The first one, concrete versus abstract nouns in detail. So my picture covers this, but anyhow. So concrete nouns are those that you can experience with your senses, right? Concrete nouns are those nouns you have to teach your children. These can be experienced with your senses. So what are these? Like you can see a tree, you can see a book, you can see clouds, you can see the sun, you can see the birds. So anything that you see is a noun. You can touch. These concrete nouns can be touched. Carpet, phone, water, chair, table, cupboard, all of these are concrete nouns. Now here, you can't see music, you can't see thunder, you can't see voice, but you can hear it. So since you can experience it with your senses, that is your hearing ability, music, thunder, voice, blast, boom, jazz, all of these are concrete nouns. Smell, perfume, cookies, smoke, decayed, air. So anything kind of rancid smell, and so the scent of flowers. So all of these are things or nouns that you can smell. Your sense of smelling can detect them around you. And last one is taste, which is very important because we do eat a lot every day. A lot means, 4 times a day. So all of these tastes, sweet, sour, salty, bitter, chocolatey, creamy, buttery, all of these are tastes, right? So these are the 5 concrete nouns that you can experience with your senses. Then we come to gerunds. Abstract nouns are those which can be felt in your mind, like anger, happiness, joy, tension. So those are abstract nouns. Now we come to gerunds. What are gerunds? Gerunds are verbs that function as nouns by the adding of ing. So how do we teach our children? What do we do to make our children understand what are gerunds? Because usually children and teachers, they get confused between gerunds and participles. So gerunds are verbs which function as nouns because ing is added to them. Swimming is a good exercise. Swim is a verb, but when you add a double M and ing, it becomes a gerund. It can be replaced. Now, the basic thing to understand is that gerund can be replaced by a proper noun. Like, for example, um, taekwondo is a good exercise. Uh, weight lifting is a good exercise, or weights is a good exercise. So anything, any exercise that can be replaced with a noun, an example of that is a gerund. I mean, swimming can be replaced by a proper noun. I enjoy reading. Now, reading again is a gerund because the actual verb is read, but you've added ing to it. And this reading can be replaced by I enjoy ice cream, I enjoy music, I enjoy dance. So, music, dance, ice cream, chocolate, these are all nouns. And reading can be replaced. So, reading, since it can be replaced by a noun, is a gerund. Another example, her singing impressed everyone. It could be intelligence. Her intelligence impressed everyone. Her stance impressed everyone. Her speech impressed everyone. So singing can also be replaced by a noun, a proper noun. Okay. Now we come to how to teach this. I've already said so. I gave a clue. So start with familiar verbs. All right. Show how adding ing transforms them into a gerund, and then compare. Like, for example, I run every day. So when I speak of run, it is a verb. But when I transform it to running, it becomes a gerund because now it's functioning as a noun. Running is my hobby. All right. So running over here, since it is being used as a noun, something is my hobby. So here running becomes a gerund. Now we come to nominalization process. Tongue twisters, I must say. So what are the common patterns over here? We change verbs into nouns. All right. Like transform becomes transformation, investigate becomes investigation, create becomes creation. Now we'll change the adjectives into nouns. Happy becomes happiness, strong becomes strength, beautiful can become beauty. So this is how we can change verbs and adjectives into nouns. This is nominalization process or the changing process. I mean, this is also an exercise which is very, very common in examination or any kind of assessment. This is a bit difficult, but I'll try to explain as well as possible. Now, syntactic roles in detail. Now, this is regarding the syntax of statements. Like, for example, when a noun receives the action of a verb. For example, she read the book. So, book over here is the direct object. Okay, she read what? She read the book. So, book is a direct object. We know there are subjects and objects, etc. In our statements. We talk about something, it's a subject, and when that subject does something to another noun, then that becomes an object. Active one is the subject, the one who receives the action is the object. So she is the direct one, and she is the subject of the statement, and book becomes the direct object. Now, when we talk of indirect objects, so they receive the direct object. For example, she gave John the book. So she did not go to John and then return to get the book. She took the book first and then she gave it to John. So the book is the direct object, but since John is receiving it, he becomes the indirect object. I hope I've made it clear. Okay, direct object is related to the subject directly, and indirect, another object, the direct object, when it is handed over to an indirect object, then that person becomes the indirect object. She gave John the book. It can be rewritten. She gave the book to John. She gave the book directly to who? To John. So John will be an indirect object in both cases. Okay. Now this one and the next is going to be a little confusing, but I'll give you the differences. Now predicate nominatives, and we'll be doing the next one. Predicate nominatives are nouns which follow linking verbs. Okay, they follow the main subject, but after a linking verb has been added to the statement, and they rename the subject. I'll make it clear with an example. He became a doctor. So doctor is a predicate nominative. All right. He became a doctor. So doctor follows a linking verb, which is became. So it becomes a predicate nominative. The next one is appositive nouns. Okay, this is the D part. We've done direct objects and indirect objects. Now we have predicative nominatives and appositive nouns. These are slightly confusing, but I'll make the differences very, very clear for all of you. Appositive nouns, they rename or explain another noun, but they come directly. I mean, they are not followed by a linking verb. Okay. And for example, my sister, comma, a lawyer, lives in Boston. I'm not saying my sister became a lawyer. Okay. Or she took over as a lawyer. No. My sister, a lawyer. I'm not using a linking verb over here. So my sister, a lawyer, lives in Boston. So lawyer is an appositive noun because it is renaming my sister. Who's my sister? She's a lawyer. So let's see the differences. The main difference between an appositive noun and a predicate nominative is that an appositive noun renames another noun in a sentence, like lawyer renamed my sister, while a predicate nominative renames the subject. He became a doctor. All right, so doctor has renamed the subject he. Let's see it again in more detail. The feature, okay? I'll give you three features to differentiate. The first one is placement. And a positive noun follows the noun that it renames, all right? My sister, a lawyer. My father, a doctor. I'm not saying my father is a doctor. My father, comma, a doctor. So that's a positive noun, doctor, lawyer. And predicate nominatives, they always follow a linking verb and rename the subject. Then the second feature is commas. Appositive nouns are always or most often they're set off by commas. My sister, comma, a lawyer. My father, comma, a doctor. So usually an appositive noun is preceded by a comma. But a predicate nominative does not have any commas. I'm really sorry, viewers, for this slip of tongue. It's actually a tongue twister. Predicate nominative. Okay, now the relationship to subject. And a positive noun renames a noun in the sentence. All right, like for example, my sister, a lawyer. My sister has been renamed as a lawyer. But in a predicate nominative, it directly renames a subject. He is a doctor or he became a doctor. So that's the main difference between an appositive noun and a predicate nominative. I think this was good enough for today. So I don't want to make the video long. The three main parts of this presentation will follow very soon. And what are these? Advanced grammar applications of nouns, practical teaching activities, and academic writing applications. These I'm going to discuss within a day or two so that the link doesn't get lost. All right. So the next one, the next video would be on advanced grammar applications. And this is again in the middle section, right? Grade 6 to 8. How can we do this? And this is your means. Okay. I'll keep it here. So these are the three main topics: practical teaching activities and academic writing applications, all of these in detail. So I did not want to waste any more time. I mean, not waste, but I did not want to make it longer. And in the meanwhile, you can go back and revise all that I have already, made very clear. Any confusion regarding your nominatives and appositive nouns, etc., you can just go back and see it again. So then it won't be that difficult to understand. So thank you so much, dear viewers, for being on this journey with me again. And I'll get back soon with the third part of this presentation, which will be followed by a fourth part, which is how to teach grammar to senior section in school. So till we meet again, it's me bidding you a goodbye. I hope you have a very fruitful and successful week ahead. Today is Monday. So see you very soon. Bye-bye. Take care and God bless you all.